welcome to Mutant Machines. It's another quarter-final stage which brings us one step closer to finding out who will eventually wear that magnificent mechanical crown. Our two teams have been here before, so let's welcome back. In red, the Student Dregs, against the boys in blue, those Dodgy Geezers. Now, all these boys can't wait to tear apart our lovely old motor, so today we've each given them a fruity Ford Fiesta and this scrappy old cement mixer. Now then, guys, your mission is to build, wait for it, a Bale elevator, OK? In 8 hours. When that red light goes to green, are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, go!
The blue overall Dodgy Geezers must surely start as overwhelming favourites. They strolled to victory in the heats with an impressive can crusher that managed to look the part as well as working impeccably. Something that team captain Mark Taylor reckons is down to thinking laterally about the raw materials available.
You've got to be resourceful and find the parts. Look at things in a different way and what you would usually use the part what was originally designed for, use it for a different thing.
2 rollers like a mangle effect, and this is what's left of it. Obviously been cannibalised by other teams.
Maintenance transfer, we had 2 main strong rollers and they weren't going to break, and weaknesses I can't think of any, to be honest with you.
There's confidence for you, but I can guarantee the red Student Dregs won't be going down without a fight. Their concrete mixer, made from a tumble dryer and a lawnmower, churned up the opposition in round 1, even though it was, by the boys' own admission, aesthetically challenged.
It worked quite well. We're quite happy with what we made, even though it doesn't look much like a cement mixer. Did the job quite well.
I think the design worked well because we kept it simple, so we didn't try and over-engineer it. We just tried to complete the challenge.
The best part was probably actually seeing it working in the end, because for a while there we were a bit worried about it not working.
I think the most difficult part was keeping the cement in the cement mixer rather than it spilling out everywhere.
The most difficult part this time is likely to be working under enemy fire.
So we drive it to where we need to, jack up the front of the car,
Yeah.
and then we can use the drive off that.
The car and the cement mixer have got to be mutated into elevators, capable of lifting the bales over the corrugated tin workshop divider and into the other team's territory. And once they've landed, the opposition can pick them up and fire them back.
Or starter motor or something.
Or starter motor or something. It's pretty heavy, aren't they, Baz?
Yeah, starter motors are pretty torquey though.
But it's got to be quick.
Yeah.
The Blues head outside straight away to pick over the machinery that brought them so much success in round 1, while the Reds go for a bit of paper planning. Though if the squiggles are anything to go by, their mutant machine will be interesting to say the least.
Technical drawing wasn't especially subject at your school, was it?
No, there's kind of 2 conveyor belts here as well, and the car is...
Yes, where is the car?
Yeah.
OK, that wobbly line, yeah.
And then, yeah.
It looks more like a mousetrap.
Well, yeah.
Oh, what are these bits here?
Couldn't tell you. Ideas.
Flying potatoes.
The Dodgy Geezers, by comparison, have no drawings at all. Their approach is to collect every conceivable component from the factory yard and draw inspiration from that. Look here at the blue team, we've got an array of parts hanging around, just waiting to be bolted together. Ain't that right, Mark? Look, all these lovely parts, look, waiting to be stuck on this motor.
Yeah, we've got loads of bits.
Go on, talk us through them. What's this big long rod here doing?
Well,
what's that for?
This is just to give us an idea where the chute's going to go, really. And we're going to hopefully take the bales from here, up over the back of the car, and put them over the barrier between us, or whether we've got to go.
OK.
We're going to use the same idea as what we did on the last machine, power it off the front wheel.
Yep.
For power. Probably use this gearbox we've got there.
That's off the cement mixer, isn't it?
That's off the cement mixer.
Yeah.
We might use the wheels off the cement mixer and a bit of the frame in a minute.
And what could you use the wheels for?
Hopefully, because we're going to weld the steering up, so we can keep all the chain in line. Yeah. We won't be able to turn the car, so what we're going to do is put a caster on the back of the car. Caster, so we can push the car to use it as the steering. But it'll still drive forward, but we can use steering to the back, basically.
Oh, that's clever.
A Caster GTX, I guess you'd call it. Anyway, moving swiftly on, Despite the different approaches, both teams have quickly identified a rich source of rubber belting, ideally suited to making a conveyor.
Just look at them all, they're like flies round. What's round jam? That's what they're like. There's hardly anything left of these old hay balers. Now don't get confused, because these were hay balers which have been used throughout the series, and the teams are making Bale elevators. So we've got a bit of a straw theme throughout the whole series. But guys, you're obviously trying to take the road off here.
Yes.
Is that the right size, the right length?
It's here, and so we thought we'd take it.
Okay.
And before the other team get hold of it, and then we'll see if we can use it. We know we definitely need a roller.
Yeah.
So,
just the one?
Probably two, but we're just doing this one. There are others on this one and the one next door, so hopefully we can get a matching pair.
Excellent. And how are the rest of the ingredients shaping up?
It's okay. We've got lots of the rubber belt that's come off it.
Yeah.
Which we're hoping to use as our conveyor. And the other guys have just been nicking sprockets and chains and motors and that sort of thing. So
excellent.
hopefully we should have a nice collection of bits to use.
So you think you got off to a good start, yeah?
I think so.
I think the Blues might have something to say about that, boys. Now, at this stage, both teams are planning to use their cars to provide the power. But then the Loughborough University students stumble across an electric starter motor and power chain from a previous quarter-final, and the temptation proves just too much. So, does crime pay? Or will they live to regret it? Questions for Mutant Machine's brainboxing chief, Professor Martin Smith.
That's a great idea, really, because you don't have to worry about chains and fouling up the steering. There's a slight worry that you've got less power with a starter motor, but I think there's plenty there. They could always use two.
And I know it's early doors, but who would you put your money on?
I think possibly the red team. Now, although they haven't got the experience of the blue team, they're young students, I think they've gone for the better idea.
They work very well together as a team, don't they?
They do, don't they? Yeah. Mind you, so do the Blues. Actually, the Blues are a little bit more experienced working together as a team, I think.
Right, okay. Well, early yet, so time will tell.
What the prof seems to be saying is that Grand Theft Auto may well work out for the Reds. Certainly, it saved them a lot of work, and despite the early hour, it isn't long before they're lifting the skeleton of their conveyor belt into place to check that it clears the workshop divider before going too much further. They're threatening to leave the Dodgy Geezers in their wake. Building a power takeoff from the front wheel is an intricate and time-consuming business, but they've done it before, and they're determined to do it again. So, whose is the award-winning design? Well, the prof's been weighing up the pros and cons.
Prof, both these designs do look very similar as they're coming together. Is that what you expected?
It's not too surprising. They've got the same challenge and they're using the same materials. And with a little bit of ingenuity, it's not too surprising if two groups of engineers come up with the same or similar plans.
But they've both got different drive mechanisms, haven't they? Let's first have a look at the red team, because you've put pen to paper here again.
Right, what the red team are doing is they're connecting two rollers with a wooden beam, a 3-inch by 2-inch wooden beam, and they're going to run a rubber belt over both rollers. The big problem they have is as soon as you put a bale on that, the conveyor is going to sag, and when that rubber belt sags, it will touch this frame and then it'll stall.
Ah, okay. Rightio. Problem already. Let's take a look at the blue team.
Okay. Right, as you say, very, very similar idea. The only real difference is that they are powering the roller from the car and using chain drive, which is different as opposed to pulley drive for the red team. This is a good idea, except we're going to have worries about steering. Again, we're going to have worries about the bale sagging the belt and stalling. And there is another worry about gearing, whether they got the gearing right. There are some gears boxes on the cement mixers, which they could use if they think about it.
The poor old mixers are barely getting a look in. But then, who needs a 1-speed gearbox when there's a ready-made 4-speed mechanism complete with stick shift, reverse and clutch? They may be dodgy by name, but these geezers aren't about to look a gift horse in the mouth. Or rather, gift horse power. By comparison, the throbbing beast at the heart of the Student Dregs mutant machine is looking decidedly donkey-like. It may be controllable at the turn of a key, but without a throttle, will it really shift those hay bales?
It's a real test of man and machine, and with only 4 hours construction time left, will it be the red or the blue team that'll be making the most hay while the sun shines? Find out after the break. Wow. Welcome back to Mutant Machines and our Bale elevator mission. Both teams are busy building a contraption in an attempt to post as many hay bales over the wall into their opposition's arena in the shortest possible time. Now the question is, who will be going through to the semi-finals? The team with the most drive, of course. The others will just have to bail out.
After spending what seemed like an age on their powertrain, the Dodgy Geezers are now busy connecting it all up to their conveyor belt. And they've come up with 1 or 2 nice little touches, such as this tensioning device, which will allow them to tighten or loosen the rubber belts that will bear the bales up and over that workshop wall. But on the other side of that wall, things are going less well for the battery-operated Student Dregs. After a promising start and the dubious honour of being the prof's pets, there's a definite whiff of panic in the air, or something equally acrid.
Smoking again?
Yeah.
That wire's melting. John, that wire's melting.
Why is that wire melting?
Because it's hot. There's a lot of current going through there.
At this rate, they'll be burning their bales rather than elevating them.
Whoa.
And there's another problem for the Loughborough Uni undergrads, getting the tension right in the conveyor belts. Friction is critical to both designs, according to our technical expert Professor Martin Smith. Too little or too much, and the Bale elevators just won't rise to the occasion.
Here's a sort of expanded drawing. So here's the drive pulley with the electric motor on, and we rely on the friction between this drive pulley and the belt to make the belt move and hence lift the hay bale. Now the trouble with the system they've got is as soon as they put a hay bale on, the conveyor belt will sag, touch the frame, and you'll get a lot of friction there. Now the trouble is you've got friction over a very long length, maybe 10 or 12 feet, and that's got to compete with the grip on the over a distance of maybe a few inches. And so this is going to have the lesser friction, so the belt is going to slip on the pulley, on their design. Instead of having a frame joining the 2 pulleys, I would use a short frame at the front and a short frame at the back and no frame down the centre.
Okay. Wouldn't that sag a bit in the middle?
It would, but that doesn't matter because the heavier the bale, the more it sags, the more it grips round the pulley. So it's self-correcting.
Okay. And hopefully we're in for a fruitful harvest.
Hopefully.
And if this test run is anything to go by, it looks as if the Blues will be reaping the biggest harvest.
Mark, you must be very happy with that.
Yeah, very pleased. Yeah, we've got a few more adjustments to do, but I think we've got it sussed now. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was a bit skew whiff at the bottom here. What happened there?
Yeah. Well, basically the one belt's got a twist in it. It's been pieced and put together a few times, so it's always tending to pull to the left. But we could take it apart and turn it round, which will make it pull to the middle. So we might do that. Yeah.
Okay, but I mean, at least it straightened itself up halfway there and delivered itself nicely over the top.
Yeah,
That's
so,
what it's all about.
Yeah, well, we've got a bit to do in here just to stop the bale dropping in there.
Yeah.
So we'll put something else just to hold the belt up a bit.
Okay. And you're sticking with 2 belts, are you, or are you going 3?
I think we're going to stick with 2.
Think that's enough?
I think we can do it. We'll put something else on it as well.
Okay.
Just to make the bales grip onto the belt.
Yeah. Finishing touches now?
Yeah.
Getting very excited.
Yeah.
Next door, they're testing too. The big question is, will the Reds run as smoothly? And crucially, will they have enough battery power to last the course?
Hang on, it's cooking. Something's cooking. Something's melting.
Yeah, it's because of the amount of stuff we're drawing through this.
Oh, aye, lads. Bit of a test run, haven't we, with 5 minutes to go?
Yeah. I thought we
What
had
do you
till
call
7
that? Seriously, that was a bit juddery, wasn't it, going up there?
I was quite pleased with it, really.
Well, I mean, it's made it to the top,
Exactly.
but it wasn't
That's what it's meant to do, isn't it? Surely.
as fast as the speed as light, was it?
No, we went for the tortoise approach. We're hoping their machine will break, basically, and ours will work. But ours doesn't work just yet, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, you know, with minutes to spare, what can you do?
Well, I've got high hopes for this.
Okay, lads, your shift is now up, and I won't tell you again, this is the last straw. Get it? Oh, anyway, come on, down tools, your work time is over. Now, what you have to do is to reverse your cars up to this separation here, and remember, get your bales in the optimum position, so you're not wasting any time, all right? We've got to remove the letters too. So are you ready, boys? In 3, 2, 1...
It's been a pulsating day, with the Professor first backing the Blues and then switching allegiance to the Reds. So who's he tipping for the top spot now? To make an accurate assessment, he needs to see both vehicles in the pits.
Well, Professor, the finished product by the blue team, and it is a work of art, and it's in showroom condition.
Absolutely, yes. As long as this belt does not slip on that drum, then they'll be all right. This is the key point of failure, potential failure.
Okay, so all eyes on that section. Yeah, bodywork, they've made a smashing
There's
job
one
here.
point I'd draw your attention to is this. The belt is rubbing on the top of the roof, and if the friction there was greater than the friction of the belt on the drum, then it won't work. They've got a belt tensioner on each side, so they can wind up both belt tensioners and pull the belt, or they can wind up one more than the other and move the belt one side to the other.
Very clever. Something I don't think the red team have thought of.
That's right.
Moving on round the other side. I mean, just look at this. You'd think it's had one careful lady owner.
Absolutely, and she was a vicar's wife. Yeah.
And to finish off, what's this little gadget
Well,
here?
this dial indicates the belt speed, and this dial indicates the wheel speed.
They've thought of everything, haven't they?
They have. You may notice, though, that they've really been clever here. There's no wires connecting these dials to anything.
Thanks. So, Professor, the red team's car now, as you can see, they've left their Fiesta Fiesta pretty much intact. And, of course, they're taking their drive from the starter motor here. So, I think they've got a really nice design, don't you?
Yes, it looks pretty good. I think, although that's a very tiny starter motor, I think it'll probably just be powerful enough. My worry is about the belt slipping on the drive drum. That's one of their weak links.
But, yeah, they've taken away their sunroof here and got a nice bit of sag there in the belt, which we chatted about earlier.
Brand new sunroof, madam, just been fitted. The big difference is there's no tensioners here, and that could be their Achilles heel.
What would you put your money on?
Well, I think it has to be the blue team, because belt tension is absolutely vital, because if that belt slips on that drum, the whole system won't work.
I'll join you. Blue team, I reckon.
Yes.
Okay, guys, it's time to harvest. Right, I will say this only once. You each have 7 bales, and you've got 5 minutes. Now, in that allocated time, the idea is you have to elevate as many bales into your opponent's workshop area as possible. Okay? You got it? Are you ready to go for this? All right, guys, let's make hay. In 3, in 2, in 1, go! Oh, that's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Sorry.
What's happening here?
Well, we got a flat battery.
Oh dear, we need power.
Not there, not there.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Dead batteries killed us, I'm afraid.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it is terrible. Obviously, we weren't very well prepared for the challenge.
Yeah.
Well,
we've tried 4 batteries, to be fair. There's the one in the car we were trying with the alternator. There's the one that was on the system, and then there's these 2 spares that we've got from the scrap heap. And through testing and now the challenge, it's they're all flat.
Oh, you must be absolutely gutted.
yeah, we're a bit disappointed that we didn't lose to something else other than just running out of battery. It's a bit disappointing.
Oh dear, you never even got a chance to give us a proper old workout,
well,
did you?
I said you'd be pleasantly surprised, but I lied, didn't I?
Unpleasantly.
Well, we got one over, which is
Aye, but that was by hand.
Oh, did you see?
We caught you. There was no escaping. It was the straw that broke the camel's back.
That's right, yeah.
Oh dear. Well, where's the blue team? Come on, blue team. Come on round here, because I don't even have to count. I know for a fact that there's 14 bales of hay over here, and we're having a jolly good time. Come on, let's give them a round of applause. The winners for this week's Mutant Machines are, without a doubt, the Dodgy Geezers, and I'm proud to present you with that, Tim. Well done. Let's come on, gather around here. Let's hear how it all went. Come here, because it didn't go all to plan right from the start, did it? You had a bit of a slow start there. What happened?
One belt got a bit tangled up, and we had to spin it the other way to get it to spin right. So
was that a bit of a scary moment?
it was, yeah. We thought everything had gone Pete Tong, but we managed to get round it like so.
They were flying over, weren't they, those bales?
Yeah.
Nice one, nice one. Let's have a quick word with Mark, because I know, Mark, this means a lot to you, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Yeah.
So you're through to the semi-finals, and you've created 2 cracking designs here on Mutant Machines. There's no stopping, is there?
Not at the minute, no. No, I think we've just been lucky, though, with some of the stuff we've chosen to use, really.
Yeah.
And I don't think you can beat brake horsepower.
Oh, no, I agree with that one. That's all we've got from this week's Mutant Machines. Don't forget to join us the same time next week for plenty more mucky mutations. I'm off for cover. See you then.
It's a bit on the website.